Okay. Okay, if we do.
Welcome everyone to the Visibility Show. I'm your host, Melissa Groom, and I'm here with my special guest today, Aldwyn Altuney, who is the media queen. Thank you so much for your patience. We've had some tech issues, so it's handy to know that you have got multiple options to go live streaming, and you've just got to work with what you've got. So even when you think you've learned it all, Aldwyn, and you've got everything down pat, it doesn't always work. And as we know, Facebook Live producer are rolling out some new options. So they didn't want to play with Zoom tonight. So we chose StreamYard, which we've just got a free account here. So it's free. And I suggest play around with all of the different options. You've got BeLive TV, you've got StreamYard, you've got the Zoom, and then you've got Facebook Live. So you need to familiarize yourself with going live on your laptops with these devices, and then having your mobile phone as a backup, just in case, you know. So welcome, Aldwyn. Thank you so much for being here tonight.
Thank you so much, Melissa. Thank you for having me here. And it is Mercury retrograde at the moment, so if anyone's having tech issues right now, it's perfectly natural. Look up Mercury retrograde if you don't know what we're talking about. Tech issues can happen at any time, and that's the thing in business and in life. You know, how are you going to be when you're faced with challenges? Are you going to pull your hair out and go, it's all too hard and I give up now? Or are you going to move on despite and ebb and flow and work with what we can work with that's actually working at the time? So I'm very grateful for StreamYard right now. And for you, Melissa, thank you so much for having me on today.
You're welcome. And Sandra Haywood's joined us. Hello, Sandra. Thank you for being here tonight. Put your name in the comments. Tell us what your business is, because if Aldwyn and I don't know you, we'd love to get to know you and your business, whether you're watching now or watching the replay. But we are giving away strategy sessions with us tonight. So we're both passionate about getting your message to the masses. So I'm going to share my 5 tips, and Aldwyn's going to share 5 of her tips tonight. And hopefully you'll get lots of value. We'd love you to tell us in the comments where you're watching from. That would be lovely. So I'll start with my 5 tips, and then I'll introduce Aldwyn and her. I'll read her bio and she can share her tips. But if there's anything you want to know, if you've got any questions, put them in the comments, because we can actually see them here on StreamYard. And Aldwyn is also watching the comments on Facebook. But she's got this fantastic tool that she uses in her online, when she does her show and her online meetups, called The Name of Wheels, which is really exciting. It's sort of like Wheel of Fortune. Yes. In fact, I think we should do that, Aldwyn, and gather some prizes next time from different businesses. Yes. And we can give away other business prizes as well and make it, you know, a big, big giveaway. Why not? It's coming up to Christmas.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's called Wheel of Names.
Or just, we don't need a reason to give away prizes. All right, yeah. So I just want to share that, you know, there's more than 4 billion video views on Facebook every day. It is so huge. And 500 million viewers watch 100 million hours of video content on Facebook daily. That's huge. Hello, Linda. Thank you for joining us. Let us know in the comments below what your business is. I know what Linda does because I bought her. I won't say. Yeah, I will say. I bought her manifesting cards, and they're absolutely beautiful. Awesome. Videos are more likely to be shared 1,200% over text or image posts. So, you know, I go on about video, but my tips to be more visible, if you've got your pen and paper handy there, is to schedule in, number 1 is schedule in time in your diary for your videos, because so many people say, I'm already too busy, I don't have time to do videos. If it's not in the diary, if it's not in your ideal week, it's not going to happen. So it's very important. What else are you doing in your day that is not getting you visible and attracting you new clients that you can perhaps let go of? The vacuuming and all that sort of stuff. It will still be there when you get back, or you can get a cleaner, or other random things that you could be just scrolling through, watching Facebook, mind-numbing stuff, you know, and not really building any relationships one. You know, it's good to watch us, but we hope that we inspire you tonight to get out there and be more visible. And I know Sandra, I'm working with her, and she is getting out there doing her videos, and I think Linda also does. She was just featured on the front cover of Holistic Bliss magazine. So I know Linda also does videos as well. So the idea about scheduling it into your ideal week and filming your videos, as I said, you will not do it if it's not in your diary. And what I want you to do is to create a library of videos. So just think, say, 12 2-minute tips, okay? Create 12 2-minute tips that you can put on YouTube, put on your Facebook page, put on your LinkedIn profile, and your website, all those sorts of things. You can tweet videos as well. But when somebody looks you up, whether that's someone in the media, you know, or it's an event organizer, or someone's recommended you, or, you know, a podcast organizer, or a magazine publisher, or just a potential client, they're going to go onto your platforms and they're going to see that you've got, well, at least 12 videos. You just haven't done one, you know, every 6 months or something. And we don't really I wouldn't go past 12 videos on your YouTube channel. I'd get a fairly good idea of, you know, what you do, and you don't have to make them too long. So that's my tip, number one, create a library of videos. And then once you've got them, leverage them. Schedule them we can schedule into YouTube now. I think it's 7 days out. We can schedule into Facebook, which I think is, if it's a premiere video, which is a pre-recorded video, and it goes out as if it is live, is 7 days. But if it's a normal post, I think 12 months. And then you've got Instagram now with the Facebook Live Creator Studio. You can schedule in videos there as well. LinkedIn, I don't think so. Twitter, I don't think so. But you've got, you know, there's all other platforms like Pinterest. You wouldn't even think about pinning a video, putting an image on Pinterest and pinning a video. I know that one of my clients is getting amazing results from that. And then don't forget to post it into groups, your own groups or other people's groups, and send it out in an email. If you haven't got an email database, start building one now, and don't just trust that we're always going to have Facebook. And not everyone's going to see your videos on Facebook. So if you do a great video giving value, not every single video you wouldn't email to your database, but at least once a week, share your tip. So number two is to post on your stories on Facebook and Instagram and LinkedIn. So actually YouTube also have stories now too, but I haven't really tried it. So you can only put a 15-second video up on Facebook, but if you want a longer one, and say we did a video here, we can share it from our business page into our business story. Okay, so there's ways around getting longer videos into the story, just because they sit at the top of your news feed. So sometimes people won't have seen your video in the news feed, but they will see it in the story because it sits up the top of the story, up the top of your news feed. And some of you would have seen that we started promoting this. It was only yesterday we decided to do this and spontaneously decided, and I created some images, and then I put them up on my business pages and my stories. So you have to promote your videos too, not just expect people will randomly just stumble across them, you know. So you've got to let people know. And other things you put up on your stories could be branded images with your tips, you know, like not a heap of writing, but just condense it into a small thing. Or it could be an affirmation, Linda, or just something that makes people feel good in the morning. They wake up and they know that Linda's going to have a little tip on her story that's going to make me smile and help me manifest more things into my life. You know, like that is something that would excite me and would make me actually want to go back and just continue to look at your story each day. And you can batch these again. They don't have to be videos. You can make them branded images, but I'm big with video, and so I'd like you to mix it up, put some branded images and some videos as well, because as you know, that's how it's all energy, you know, and that's how we get to know people, from your gestures and your, you know, craziness. And then you can share your announcements or upcoming events or behind the scenes on your stories. I know some people go, oh, I don't watch stories because all people do is put up what they're having for breakfast. But, you know, you're following the wrong people if that's the case. So, yeah, there's many things that you can do on your stories. So the third tip is to create your signature talk. So Aldwyn and I are both tribe leaders for the Speakers Institute, and we have guest speakers every month, but we both have our own signature talk so that we're ready to go. If anybody asks us, if they run a networking event, if they have a Facebook group, anything, we're ready to go, aren't we, Aldwyn? We know our expertise. Yes. We've created it in our PowerPoint with our PowerPoint slides, and, you know, we can go and run it then for other Facebook groups or organizations, right? So that's your signature talk, which could be anything from 20 minutes up to an hour, or it could be even less. You know, sometimes you could be at a networking event and the speaker doesn't turn up. So they say, look, Aldwyn, can you give us 5 minutes? Can you give us 10 minutes? So you've got to know your stuff and be ready. And when you are ready and prepared, the universe opens up to opportunities. So we've got Linda Hunt. Hello, Linda. Thank you for joining us. And then the fourth tip to get your message to the masses is to create your signature masterclass. So that is different to your signature talk. And I highly recommend you go over and watch and register for Aldwyn's masterclass. I'll be doing another one shortly as well, but she gives great value. She's got excellent slides. You know, I need to do slide training. But the main thing is it's where you teach. So when you do your signature talk, you're sharing your story, and, you know, maybe you're sharing some case studies, some success stories, which you also do in your masterclass. But in your signature masterclass, you teach. So Aldwyn has, you know, the 7 tips to get it, you know, oh, what is it? How to get $100,000 worth of free publicity. That's one of your things that you run, isn't it?
Yeah, well, I used to do how to get thousands of dollars of free publicity. Nowadays, I do the how to gain over $1 million worth of free publicity, and I have 7 awesome media magic steps, my formula to getting free publicity that I cover at my mass media tribe events.
So $1 million worth of publicity. So if you would like that, make sure you go over to Aldwyn's page, The Median Queen, and follow her over there. She's a busy little bee, and actually more visible than me. I don't think you sleep, Aldwyn, do you?
Yeah. Well, I don't have a partner and kids, so, you know, so I do work pretty hard, and I love what I do.
Business is your baby.
Yes, my business is a baby, absolutely. And I do have a cat. I adopted a cat 11 years ago, and I have some possums that I feed. So I have animal babies around me, but no physical human babies. I'm sure they would take a lot of your time.
Yeah. So the 5th tip and the last tip from me is to create your web TV show. So I'm very, very passionate about this because I accidentally fell across Gary Vaynerchuk from Wine Library TV back in 2010. And I thought, well, this is the way to go. YouTube's the way to go, and everything. The rest is history. But I've helped many of my clients start their web TV show. Aldwyn has her own show, The Media Queen. And if you want to be positioned as a leader in your industry, you want to be top of mind in your industry, having your own show is the way to go. And it's more than just doing videos if and when you feel like it, because if you want to build a loyal, trusted following, then you need to show up the same day, the same time every week. And if that's all you do, 1 video a week, and it's quality, you will start to build that loyal, trusted following, just like Marie Forleo did with Marie TV. She built her audience before she launched B School. Okay, so I normally run the visibility show on a Saturday at 12 o'clock Sydney time on the Spiritual Events Directory listing, which is Sarah Watkins' page, and we're pre-recording this show. We're doing it live, but I'm actually be doing an online 3-day course on Saturday. So I'll pop this up on Saturday, as if it is live, to leverage this video content, which goes out to 80,000 of her fans. So we have to think about leveraging our videos as well, and not just thinking, oh, I did a video on my page, that's good enough. And we have to collaborate with others. Like Aldwyn said to me, it's about time we just get together, because we both have similar things that we do. We're both on a mission to help people share their message with the world. And as I said before, don't sit back and wait for people to ask you to be a guest on their web TV show, podcast, networking group. You know, Sam Cawthorne shared in his leadership training today that in the next 2 years, there's going to be more opportunity for people to, you know, present online, present their training than ever before. So you need to learn these skills, but go out there and ask who runs a networking group or who has an organization. I have a free training in XYZ. You know, maybe there's just, they have a free Facebook group. You know, I have a 30-day video challenge, and I bring in guest experts all the time that do training to complement my program. So these are all the things that I can teach you in my visibility programs, and my signature program is the 30-day video challenge, which I've been running for nearly 6 years. The next one's on the 15th of November. That is not just for beginners, because I have a lot of people come in that say, I know how to get in front of the camera. I'm confident in front of the camera. I know a lot about video, but people learn a lot about themselves. That's what mostly people say. And they also come in because they get to network with the community from all around the world, who then they collaborate with and can interview each other on their shows or whatever. There's amazing collaborations happening. So anyway, that's enough from me. I've talked way too much, but I'll just read out Aldwyn's impressive, well, it's only a short bio. I'm sure her longer one's much more impressive. But Aldwyn Altuney is a mass media marketing expert. Known as the Media Queen, she is a TV host, a speaker, a photojournalist, and author of multiple best-selling books. With 36 years media experience, her PR company, AA Expose Media, is the only one she knows of that guarantees results in the mainstream media. She is passionate about inspiring more good news in the mass media to help decrease depression and suicide rates and lift people's spirits. And God, don't we need that right now? In 2018, she founded the Mass Media Tribe Meetup Group and a Global Good News Day. She runs this challenge frequently, which is, she usually runs it annually on August the 8th, but I know you've been doing your Good News Challenge all through the pandemic, which is really, really putting positivity out into the newsfeed. So I just thank you so much for doing that. She's also an animal activist, and she founded Animal Action Events in 2007 and has run 13 annual charity events so far, raising awareness, appreciation, and respect for all animals. In her spare time, she loves performing in her comedy duo, The Fiddly Gigglers, acting, playing ukulele, long beach walks, and body surfing. So please give her a big round of applause.
Thank you, Melissa. Thank you. There's actually been 14 animal action events now. We just had our 14th annual event that we did online. We had over 15 performers and speakers that came and performed online. We did a 5-hour live stream, which if you missed it, you can catch it on the Animal Action Events Facebook page. And every year now for the last 6 years, we have focused on a different animal with the Animal Action Events. And this year it was all about the dogs. So we're raising funds for SEQ Canine Rescue, and that's helping to save dogs from death row. It's an amazing cause. We've got a fundraising campaign going for the next month in line with the Animal Action event this year, which we did. The Animal Action Events Facebook page, you can check that out. I might pop the link in here actually, if that's okay, Melissa, and people can watch the live stream. It was an amazing event, phenomenal performers, and information about what happens with dogs and what this amazing charity does to help dogs. So yes, amazing. Thank you so much, Melissa, for that beautiful introduction. And I loved your tips. I loved your tips on helping people get their message to the masses. And you never learn less right? That's the thing. You never learn less. So no matter how much personal development work you do or how many mentors you have or whatever courses you've done, you never learn less. And particularly when it comes to getting your message to the masses, things are changing all the time with the online world, right? Like Facebook only started in 2004. You know, it's only been 16 years really that we've had social media around. And now we've got 3.8 billion of the world's 7.8 billion population are active social media users. So now nearly half the world's population are active social media users. So if you're not using video, you are definitely going to be behind the times because people are going to be Googling you if they want to do business with you. And if you have videos out there, you will rank higher and people will find you quicker than if you don't have videos. And as you were sharing, Melissa, I actually found some great stats here, which you most likely are aware of this, stats around YouTube about the number of people. There's actually 1.3 billion people now that use YouTube. 300 hours of video are uploaded to YouTube every minute, 300 hours every single minute. Almost 5 billion videos are watched on YouTube every single day. That's insane. 5 billion videos watched every single day. And in an average month, 8 out of 10 18 to 49-year-olds watch YouTube. Isn't that interesting? Amazing stats just on YouTube, let alone all the other video channels out there. Now there's BitChute, there's library.tv now that are putting alternative content out because YouTube now have fact checkers, as Facebook does. It has fact checkers, right? So some people's content is getting censored on YouTube and on Facebook. And so now there's alternative video platforms now that you can check out that you can also get your videos out on. So I love that. Melissa, I love what you do helping people do web TV shows. I think it is just so important nowadays to have a presence like that. If you want to put yourself out as an expert in what you do, it's so important that you have videos of you, and it doesn't have to be polished videos, just be yourself, which I know, Melissa, I've done your 30-day challenge. I love your challenge. I think it's awesome what you do. And during COVID now, I've launched the Global Good News Challenge, which we mentioned there. And every month we have different challenges now where you can share your name, what you do, 3 things you're grateful for, and a piece of good news. And it's amazing when you get into gratitude, how much that just lifts your energy and lifts the energy of people around you. And it's something that we can all do to help create change in the world now. Right now, right? If you're sick of the negativity out there, you're sick of all that negative news, then maybe it's time that you started to share more positive news yourself. Share some of the things you're grateful for because things can always be worse, right? They can always be worse. So here's to coming into gratitude and love. In fact, I just had an amazing vision strategy session with a lady called Karen Clark, who's one of my Mass Media Mastery members, had a phenomenal session. And she was saying that the highest vibration you can feel is gratitude and love. This is the highest vibration. When you're depressed, you're at one of your lowest vibrations. And interestingly, the stats around, like we have 12,000 to 60,000 thoughts per day, and 80% of them are negative out of the thoughts that most people have, and 95% are repeat thoughts. Isn't that interesting? So just getting conscious to our thoughts, because you will attract what you think about, the vibration that you get into, you're going to attract that. So you know, having video content out there is one thing, and also believing that you're worthy of taking life to another level for yourself is a whole other thing. You know, overcoming your fear of success or fear of failure or fear of looking bad or all those things, right? So I have 5 tips to share with you today, and I am in a few compilation books. I've actually got this is one of the books I'm in, Elevate Your Mindset, and I'm actually going to share some tips I've got in here. I actually have 5 power steps to getting publicity, as well as my 7 awesome steps. The 7 awesome steps is like an evolved version of the 5 power steps. A lot of people haven't heard the 5 power steps. The power steps are also in this book, Visions of Success, which I have a chapter in. I love the chapter books. I love the compilation books. This one's Think Big with Arnold Schwarzenegger. That's another one I have. And then this one, Empowering Stories from Female Leaders Who Said Why Not. That one was just launched on the 8th of the 8th this year, which is Good News Day. And each of those I have a chapter in. So if you get a chance to be in a chapter book, I think it's a brilliant idea. Another great way to get yourself to the masses is to get into a compilation book. There you go. That wasn't one of my 5 tips, but that is a bonus tip for you. Get yourself into a compilation book and do a chapter, or even better, set up your own compilation book and invite people to be part of your book, and collaborate with
I had
someone.
one at the start, going to start, and then COVID hit. So I just thought I'll wait till things settle down, and then we'll do it in 2021. But it's called Women Rising.
Perfect. Love it. Love it. Excellent. Well, definitely let me know about it. I'm putting my hand up for just about every compilation book there is out there. I've just put a chapter in for one about touched by suicide, because I've had 4 friends actually take their own lives, and I've also, Linda's in, good on you, Linda. And I've also had depression over the years, which is why I'm so passionate now about sharing good news and about helping people share their truth with the world too, because you are 1 in a billion just by being born. You beat about 1 billion swimmers to get to the finish line just by being born. So you are extraordinary. You're here for a reason. So I'm going to share my 5 power steps. So the first step is, for the P, stands for perfect angle. Now, these are some tips to help you get publicity. And when it comes to getting publicity now, we're looking at publicity online and offline. So traditional media, we're talking about TV, radio, print media. Of course, now we have podcasts you can pitch to. We have online TV shows, web TV shows you can pitch yourself to and pitch your ideas to, right? So it's the same kind of principles, whether you want to go to offline media or online magazines or wherever it is you want to go to help get your message out there. So perfecting your angle. Now, everyone has a story, okay? Your X factor is your story. If people don't know your story right now, then it's just because most likely you're probably the world's best kept secret right now, right? So to go from secret to star, it's important to get that you have an amazing story. And in fact, any hardship that you have had over time, there will be a breakthrough at the end of every breakdown, right? So that's a good place to look. Where have you had some really low moments in your life, and how have you turned things around to do what you're doing now? Perhaps it was why you started the business you're in, or why you do what you do, or why you're passionate about what you do. So that's a great place to look. Where have you had some low points? How have you come through it? So with the perfect angle, I call this my BAM system within this. So the B of the BAM is brainstorm. And think about certain angles you can pitch to media. And within that, also look at the A for the BAM is analyze. What's newsworthy about you or your business? What is unique or different about your business or about yourself? What is your message? That's the M from the BAM. So brainstorm, analyze, and your message. What valuable information can you offer readers, listeners, or viewers? How can you help people with what you currently do? Okay, so that's the first thing. Look at what is your perfect angle. And it's important to get clear on what is it that you want to promote in the media. Is it a product? Is it a service? Is it a charity that you support? What is it that you want to help shift in the community? What is it you want to raise awareness about? And when you're sharing your story, when you're being interviewed on a show like this, or, you know, sharing your expertise out with the world, people want to hear, what is it that makes you tick? What is your why? And they want to hear how you can help them, because most people just tune into the WIFM, right? The What's in It for Me channel, right? They tune into there. So what's in it for your readers, listeners, or viewers? And if you are too commercial with what you're pitching, then most media outlets are going to say, just take out an ad. So you need to look for the story behind the story. So you need to be clear on that, on what you want to promote, and then look for what is newsworthy underneath what you're going to promote, right? How does what you do help the wider population? Okay, the O for the power steps is to organize your campaign. Now, when you're organizing your campaign, there's certain elements you're going to need to go out to media, or I recommend that you have, and it actually comes in the form of 3 Ps. Now, the first P is a press release. Okay, now you can get publicity without a press release. You can share your story without a press release. If you want to maximize your chances of journalists getting the facts right, then I recommend you have a press release, because journalists are incredibly busy people, okay? And if they're going to interview you to take notes down, particularly if it's in print media, they're going to interview you to take notes down, then they most likely will get some facts wrong. If you have a press release, they can just copy and paste for any print media. And this goes with also with radio and TV now. They're putting a lot of their stories onto their websites and also onto their onto their websites and social media. So if you have some words to go with your story, as in the form of a press release or a blog, you could have a blog as well, but a press release is the professional format for media, then you will increase your chances of getting publicity. You will look professional. You will be able to build relationships with media as well, with journalists, and you will get better coverage. Okay, so that's the first P, is press release. The next P is photos.
Can I ask a question?
Yes.
About the press release, do you get someone else to write it, or do you write it yourself?
Okay, I recommend having a press release that is written professionally. Now, you can, learn from one of the experts. So I do press releases for people. You can have a go at a press release yourself. Most people, though, I find will often struggle with the press release. Okay, it needs to be 300 to 500 words. It needs to be one page max. It needs to have a catchy headline. You need to get straight to the point of the story early in the press release. So there is a certain format to it.
You offer the service?
I do offer the service. I can help people with press releases if they want that. And with a press release, before I do the press release, it also involves a media consultation. We need to do an in-depth media consultation to find out the angles of your story and to find out what it is you promote and what your X factor is with your personal story. And I do recommend getting a professional press release done if you don't know how to do it, or you're not a good writer, or you just don't want to do it because you'd rather focus on your flow in your business and what you do. Then I do suggest outsource this. To increase your chances of getting publicity. And free publicity is what I focus on. I don't do any paid advertising. Everything I do is organic. I have over 60,000 social media connections now, and a lot of organic. And I have over 500 videos on my YouTube channel as well. So I do a lot of video marketing, a lot of interviews, a lot of live streams, a lot of online events. And this is something you may like to consider too, is to run your own online event or run your own meetup online, or start interviewing people. Start interviewing people, share your tips. So yes, there's a whole lot to a press release. Ideally, the more professionally it's written as a journalist would write it, the more likely you're going to get coverage. And journalists are going to love it because you're going to save them from writing that up themselves. If they can just copy and paste it, they will absolutely love you, and they will come back to you again and again once they know that you're an expert in your field. And they know that you know what's professional. And what's professional is having a good press release, having good photos or visuals. And I say this is for TV, radio, or print, okay? TV are always thinking of visuals. They need good pictures, or it's going to be a boring story. Same with radio now. Radio put their stories up on their social media. I was just featured on Juice 107.3 FM recently for the Animal Action Night that we did for dogs, a purely online event. They did a fantastic story and interview in the studio, and they put my press release, they copied the blurb into their social media and put a photo of myself with the hosts in the studio up on their social media, because it was there, it was easy for them, it was ready to copy and paste, right? So having good photos and visuals is really important for all media, and having that press release. And then the third P is pitch, okay? Your pitch is really, really crucial. Now, if you're pitching to podcasts or web TV shows, your pitch could be in the form of an email, or it could be in the form of a message, as in a messenger message, or it could be in the form of a spoken word. And in the case of Melissa and I, we just had a conversation yesterday and said, well, hey, let's do this. And of course, being action takers, we're straight onto it, right? So sometimes being willing and ready to jump when someone says, hey, let's do it straight away. As Melissa said, being in Speakers Tribe, you need to be prepared that if someone says, can I interview you now, that you are prepared with your topic or with whatever it is you want to say. And the thing is, the beauty is no one else knows what you're going to say. So it's okay. So just share from the heart, right? Just share from the heart and speak your truth, and just trust that the right words will come out, okay? Don't worry about ums and ahs, okay? It's not a Toastmasters session, although I did do Toastmasters for 3 years and they counted all the ums and ahs, and so I am conscious of my ums and ahs. Don't worry, I say ums and ahs all the time. It doesn't have to be perfect. Just get something out there, right? So that's the second tip I have for you, is organize your campaign. And that's the O of the power step. So the P was prepare your angle. O is organize campaign. The W of the power steps, the W stands for wow the media. Get the media's attention. Now, Richard Branson is known as the PR stunt king, and he dressed in a wedding dress to launch the Virgin Brides venture. Okay, that's just something outrageous he did. He dressed in a spacesuit to launch Virgin Galactic. Okay, so what can you do to be colourful and entertaining with what you want to promote, because the media don't just want to educate people anymore, they want to entertain as well, and we want to be entertained. I think now more than ever we want to be entertained, right, with all the dramas of COVID and the things that we can't control out there, right? People want to laugh, and in fact it's very good for your health to laugh more and to smile and to be grateful. So how can you wow the media with what you're doing? What can you do that's really colourful with what you do? And you might want to look at strategic branding in this step as well. And this is something Anita Roddick from the Body Shop did. She was against animal testing of products. She made a stand for women's body image, and she was talking against anorexia and bulimia with women. And often she would have her Body Shop branding and then also anti-animal testing at the same time with her media images. So have a think about that too. Right, the E of the power steps is embrace your message. Embrace your message. And this is part of being true to yourself and building your own confidence in yourself, overcoming your fears of success, your fear of failure, whatever fears are coming up for you. It's perfectly natural to have some fear and some nerves and anxiety that may come up when you are going to present. And I know some people prefer to be in the box than delivering the eulogy, they say at some funerals. So public speaking is a big fear for people. However, the thing is when you're looking at being of service, and the attention will not be on you. The nerves only come in when you're worrying about how you're going to be looking. Okay, and if there is any subconscious fears, then it's important to deal with that, to get the proper help around that, whether it's hypnosis or EFT or NLP or whatever personal development, that you do. I mean, I've invested about $500,000 into my personal development in the last 15 years. And I keep investing. I'm consistently investing in myself with business mentors, with personal development mentors, with, because it's like the layers of the onion, stuff will come up, right? And it's a matter of how quickly can you overcome the stuff that comes up. Okay, so that's the E of the power steps, is embrace your message. And the R is then reap rewards. Once you get your media coverage, how to then make the most of that. And a big part of this is using social media effectively. Okay, and also being on the social media that's going to be relevant for your avatar or your ideal audience as well. So you want to put more attention into that media. If you're in business, you want to be on LinkedIn. Now, 80% of decision makers or CEOs are on LinkedIn. So if you're not active on LinkedIn, perhaps look at getting more active on LinkedIn if you want to target people with more money, pay you more and be less hassle, right? You'll most likely find more of them on LinkedIn. Okay. And then connecting with journalists on Twitter. Twitter's a great place to connect with journalists and influencers and politicians and all sorts of people that you might want to collaborate with. Maybe not politicians, but a lot of celebrities. You hear Oprah say tweet, 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 right? All the celebrities there. It's a great way to connect with journalists and celebrities and influencers is on Twitter. And Facebook, of course. You want to be on Facebook. Facebook's the king of it all. So people want to know you. They want to get to know, like, and trust you, or know, love, and trust you before they do business with you. And always look at how you can be of service with every single strategy that we've shared with you today with our 10 tips. Always look at how you can be of service, and the more you give, the more you will receive. It's the law of reciprocity. It's how it works, okay? And there's a law of karma too, right? Do unto others as you want done to yourself. So treat others as you want to be treated. So those steps again. So the P was perfect angle. What's your perfect angle? Organize your campaign was the O. W was wow, the media. E is embrace your message. And R is reap rewards. So there's my 5 power steps to getting publicity.
Love that. I love how it's all put together and it's easy to remember. So I will have to come up with something like that for mine, so it's easy to just roll off the tongue and, remember. But thank you, everyone, for watching. Stick around because we're about to put your names in the name of wheels. Now, Aldwyn, on StreamYard, can you share your screen with me?
Yes, let's see if we can do that. We'll just have a look. I just put Linda in here because I see Linda's commented. Okay, let's see if we can share. I'll see if I can share screen.
Stick around because we've still got to choose the winners for our visibility session. So Aldwyn and I are both giving away a strategy session with us on Zoom or in person if you can come to us.
Okay, so here we go. It looks like I can share screen. Okay, here we are. This has come up. How's that looking? Oh, Oh, there we go. There it is there. All right. So have we got everyone's name? So if you're watching this, just pop your name in the chat. We'll stick you in the wheel of names. We'll have some prizes to give away in just a minute. So we've got Sandra there. Let's have a look. Okay, Sandra. We've got Linda Roberts, Bernadette Shaw, Linda Hunt. Anyone else to put in here? Anyone else watching this wants to be involved? Just pop your
name in the comments.
Your name in the comments there. Yes.
We've got other people watching, but you need to put your name in the comments if you want to be in the draw to win a strategy session with myself or Aldwyn, because we're about to spin the wheel.
Yes, that's right. So I'm happy to offer a 45-minute strategy session, media strategy session. And also I'm happy to offer a ticket to my How to Gain $1 Million worth of free publicity workshop also, that's worth $50, strategy session, $500. So I'm happy to give 2 prizes away. So we've got 4 names in there. Anyone else watching this? If you have your name that you can pop in there, we'll do that. So, all right, should we draw our first one? Melissa, or wait a minute or two for some others to come on?
No, I think we'll keep going because we'll reward the people who've been here watching the show. Because I know they actually commented yesterday when I announced we were going to do the show.
Awesome. Okay, here we are. So the first winner, Linda Hunt. Congratulations.
That's so cool. We need some music, don't we? Like, we need to find out how to put some music with it next time. Yay, we'll give her that. And what she wants.
So Linda, maybe Linda could choose what she would like. So from me, she can choose either a ticket to the How to Gain $1 Million worth of free publicity workshop. And I have another one coming up in November. Linda, congratulations. She says, wow. I have one coming up in November. If you have a look just look up How to Gain $1 Million worth of free publicity, or I'll pop the link of the next event in the chat here. You can either come to the next event or you can have a 45-minute strategy session with me on your media personally. So either of those prizes. Or Melissa, what's your prize?
Strategy session with me, a visibility strategy session.
Visibility stress. She wants to speak to both of us. Okay. All right. Well, okay. What do we do, Melissa? She wants to speak to both of us. Maybe we do a session together. All right. Well, Linda, I suggest you choose. Choose. We are going to draw some more. We've got 2 more prizes. So Linda, just pop in the chat. What would you like? A strategy session with myself, one with Melissa, or a ticket to the workshop, to the media workshop? Okay, I'm going to pick the next winner now. Just pop in the chat what you would prefer out of those. Okay, our next winner, Bernadette Shaw. Congratulations.
Yay! We need the sound effects.
Yeah, we need sound effects.
Welcome to the Wheel of Names. We'll have to come up. Well, there's Claudine. Claudine's jumped on.
Claudine. Okay, we'll put Claudine in there too. Claudine. Okay, we'll add her in. So this is how easy it is. This is called Wheel of Names. Claudine. How do we spell her surname there?
D-U-F-R-O-U-X. I reckon we could do this and do heaps of giveaways and people would just come on just for the giveaways.
Yeah, I think so. Okay, Claudine, you're in there. Okay, so just pop in the chat what you want, either a media strategy session with me, a visibility session with Melissa, or a ticket to the How to Gain $1 Million worth of free publicity workshop. Okay, and our last winner for today is Linda. Linda Roberts, congratulations.
Yay.
Yay, awesome. So there you go. That was Wheel of Names. I'll stop the share.
I'm actually friends with all of these ladies, so I'll get them to message me what prize they want, and then I will I'll let you know, Aldwyn. But awesome. How wonderful was it to be here with you all tonight, and thank you for being my guest on the Visibility Show, Aldwyn. You are amazing. You always have so much beautiful energy, always that big smile you always have. And I want to thank our viewers for coming in and being with us tonight and watching us. It sure beats the rubbish that's on TV, doesn't it?
Absolutely, absolutely. Here's to more love in the world. Be the change you want to see in the world. Everything is there for you. We have abundance all around us, within us. You have amazing mentors and people around you. So please reach out if you need anything, or if anyone has any questions, please reach out to me as well. Love to chat with you, and love to hear in the chat too. What did you get from our session today? What are you going to take on board now? What tip are you going to take on to get your message to the masses? Love to hear in the chat.
Yes, we'd love to put you in the comments below, like just one thing that you took away from tonight. That would be lovely to let Aldwyn and I know that. But my message to you, what do I always say? Shine bright, the world needs you. So just get out there because you are amazing, and we need, as Aldwyn said, spread more positivity and love out into the world.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you so much, Melissa. Thank you for watching. Blessings, and shine bright and light up all those around you, I say, and be the change you want to see in the world, as Gandhi says as well. Lots of love. Yes, watch the replay, Claudine. Lots of great content. And I'm interviewing Melissa next week, so check out the interview that we're going to have a chat next week as well. Same time, same time.
On your channel next time, and that will be about the 10 benefits of having your own web TV show.
Yes, exactly. That will be awesome. And it's going to be on Aldwyn Altuney Media Queen Facebook page. So check it out on that one.
Yeah. And I'll get in contact with you, Linda. Thank you, everyone. Good night.
Thank you. Good night.